lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another speed build. So in this speed build I'm building a tiny modern house, and tiny houses are amazing, and it's somehow something that I rarely did in the past because I kind of have a tendency to build these huge mansions, but for a change it's always fun to try something new. And in one of the recent comments someone asked me if I could build a tiny house, and I thought, yeah, why not? I haven't done that in a while, and here I am building a tiny house. So it's been a while since my last speed build because during the last week I was busy creating tutorials. It all started with one stairs tutorial, then someone was asking me if I could do that on the interior, so I tried to figure that out. I did. Then people were asking me if I could make some type of spiral stairs, and I tried that and I did that, and then I don't know, I just kind of went into a tutorial rabbit hole and I created lots of them, and it was a lot of fun. And to be honest, I'm so excited for island living. All the building ideas that I have in my head right now are kind of tropical and island themed, and I know that a lot of simmers and creators feel this way. A lot of us just want to have the new pack finally and want to build something island themed, and this is exactly how I feel. So just creating some tutorials was kind of a fun way to create something but not having to build something, because I don't know, just feel like I'm holding myself back. I'm just building something that I don't want to build because I'm ready for the island. I already pre-ordered the pack. I'm going to download it on June 21, so as soon as the pack is out I'm going to start creating tropical speed builds. So this is a modern tiny house, and it was a lot of fun to create this. It's always a huge challenge for me because I'm so used to creating big houses that this is just, it's so out of my comfort zone. But this is a good thing. Sometimes you just have to step out of your comfort zone, and I always love to add lots of details, and for some reason, or for that reason, whenever I'm building a tiny house or something that is more on the smaller side, people are always, no, this is not small, this is not tiny, because I feel like other details kind of make it look bigger than it actually is. But this is tiny because, as you will see, there wasn't even enough space for a dining table on the interior. There's just a island counter and a bar stool, and there is a double bed and a TV in front of it because there was no space to include a sofa. It's super tiny, and I just decided to include this amazing patio on the right side and in the back and the pool. So the lot is 20 by 15, which is really small, but because the house is so tiny, there was still enough space around it to kind of create a cute little garden. And I feel like personally, even like in real life, when you're living in a tiny house, you really need some space around it, because I feel like you probably go crazy at some point if you can step out and you just have some space. Because even if you're the type of person who really enjoys living in a tiny home, there isn't much space, and you just sometimes just have to leave the house and enjoy nature. And this is exactly why I built this house this way. There's the pool behind the garden, the patio area where Sims can have a barbecue, and I even included a roof terrace, as you will see. At first I didn't even plan to do that, and I just kind of expanded the house a little and added a roof, and then I felt like it would be so much fun to just include some stairs on the left side so the Sims could walk up, and that's it. So that's exactly what I did. So this house is perfect for one or two Sims. There is just one bedroom, it's just one living area basically. There wasn't even enough space to kind of section off the bedroom, so it's the perfect home for one couple or one Sim on his or her own, for example. And yeah, the last week has been so exciting in my opinion. I was super excited to watch the EA Play live stream. There were so many rumors that we would get a island living pack, and I was super excited for this. And then finally we got to see the trailer, and indeed it's island living. And now the Game Changers, who were in LA, released their content. So much great content. I can totally recommend watching all the amazing island living videos. There's so much new stuff. I'm very excited for the mermaids, for example. I'm usually just building. I rarely play these days because I live in build mode. But honestly, from what I saw, I feel so inspired to actually play the game and to create a mermaid or to have a wedding at the beach and all these things. This would be just so amazing. But we will see what happens. First and foremost, I'm excited to build something. I don't know if you guys already took a look at Island Living, but we get tons of new furniture and built objects, and the furniture just kind of has two different styles. One set of furniture looks very tropical, very Polynesian, and then the other set also looks Polynesian, but it also looks modern, and I feel like especially the modern furniture is just perfect. I can totally see this in a kind of LA kind of mansion, you know. I always love to use stuff that comes in a pack for all kinds of different things, because at the end of the day, no one is going to keep building Polynesian builds all day every day, and no one who get famous only builds these celebrity mansions all day every day. So at some point you just build all kinds of different things, and then you just combine stuff and see what you can use it for. And I feel like that this pack just has so much amazing stuff that you can use for many kinds of different builds. There are even new counters. Unfortunately, no new cabinets and island counters because they somehow forgot to add them, but they said they are going to fix this later, so we just have to wait until we get the island counter and the cabinets patched into the game. But I'm not complaining. I'm just so happy for the new pack, and as you guys may have heard, there's also a magic pack announced for fall this year. It's called Realm of Magic, and I'm just so excited for this as well. This is just perfect in my opinion. I know a lot of people were hoping for University, and I'm very sorry for you guys, but I was hoping for a tropical pack, and I also love the whole magic theme. Anyone who's been around for a while here knows that I love Halloween so much. I'm obsessed. I love Halloween, and this is just perfect, and I'm just hoping that they are going to release the magic pack in early October or something, so we can build a lot of fun Halloween stuff with that. But yeah, I guess we will just see what happens. And here I'm starting to work on the interior. At this point I just used the same wall color that I've also used on the exterior, but I'm going to change that up a little bit. And here I just have to add a tiny roof segment because I kind of expanded the section next to the chimney. Usually when I'm building a chimney on the exterior, I also use it on the interior as some type of chimney, and I just add a fireplace to that, but there was just no space for a fireplace in this build, so the bathroom is technically inside the chimney, and the chimney just has decorative purposes. And I added a wall to the bathroom, so this way I could just add the shower in the corner, and it was really difficult to kind of really place this. When you're building a house that is so tiny, you really have to make sure that no path is blocked. This is also why I'm going to change up something about the kitchen eventually, because the way that I'm building it, or that I'm about to build it here, I kind of placed the fridge in a way that made it impossible to really properly use the kitchen and the bar stool and all that. So yeah, this is something that you really have to keep in mind with these types of small builds. You really have to make sure that it all works, because it just, yeah, it's super tiny. And you can see the hallway that is right next to the kitchen. I'm going to change that, and I'm going to make the walls diagonal, so I would be able to have just a tiny little bit more space. It's just so small. This is just the kitchen area, and I'm going to add an island counter so your Sims can just sit down and eat, and yeah, otherwise they really have to step out and use the tables and the chairs that I placed on the outside because there was no space on the inside. I'm also going to remove the bin there, and I'm going to place it on the outside. It's just so super small. It's really tiny and cozy, but I still try to include some clutter. I placed these shelves on the wall, and I used some clutter that is part of the cool kitchen stuff pack, and just a couple of things so it looks just like lived in and very homey and cozy. I really try to make it look very, yeah, modern but still homey, and I really wanted to combine all the objects in a way that it kind of looks cohesive and makes sense. So I really wanted this interior to look kind of stylish and cool. Here I'm changing up the windows. I eventually decided to use a lot of them. I moved them up at the headboard of the bed, so the bed would be standing at the wall and not right in front of the windows, but on the right side next to it, as you can see, the windows go all the way down to the bottom, and it's just super bright and open. And I decided against using any curtains, so this is one of these very fancy modern homes where you have lots of windows. And this beautiful painting that I just placed behind the bed is a base game painting actually that was added in a free update a while ago. And this is the wall where I'm going to place the TV. At some point I realized that I have to add the TV somewhere. Furnishing a tiny build is just so different from furnishing any other build, because usually you can just, I don't know, add something here and there, and if you forgot something you just add it, but here you really have to think hard to not forget anything and to add it in the right place. I'm also going to add a bookshelf that is part of the base game. It was added together in the update with the painting that I just mentioned, and yeah, it was just really difficult and so much fun. You can really focus on one area and you kind of try to make it work, almost like a little riddle, because you have to make sure that nothing is blocked, and it's really fun. I can totally recommend it. This is the bookshelf. It's not functional there, so I'm going to change its position. Eventually I realized that it's not working when it's placed right above the bed, so I'm going to place it over the door, and I sized it down, and this worked perfectly fine, surprisingly. And here I'm changing the position of the fridge, and this way it's all working fine. So I eventually decided to just let the Sims walk through it so I could just check if it's all working fine. And here you can see the bookshelf above the door. So this is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Here are some screenshots. It was tricky to take them because the house is so small, so the interior shots are a bit weird. This house is available in the gallery. You can find all the information down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.